welcome back to my channel. I know I haven't actually uploaded any YouTube videos lately, but hopefully I'm going to try and get better at that. I've just been really busy with work because I work 30 hours a week as well, and I have 2 children. It does get a little bit hectic and hard to kind of catch up with. I feel like time is like my worst enemy majority of the time. So I'm just going to be doing this purple halo look in this video, and it's going to be kind of like a chatty eye tutorial. I'm not really going to be focusing on the eyeshadow too much or explaining too much on the eyeshadow. It's just going to be more of a chatty video. I will try to explain as much as I can as I am going along, but yeah, apologies if I get caught up in the moment and just carry on talking. So anyway, if you would like to see how I did create this halo look, then carry on watching. So I have had like this mini break from YouTube. It wasn't even intentional. That's the thing. It wasn't even intentional. I kind of just got lost within like my whole Instagram, and I just got carried away doing videos over on there. And then all of a sudden I just kind of remembered, it's like, oh my god, YouTube. But then by the time I remembered, like Easter came, so I had like a little mini Easter break, and I just spent time with my kids. And yeah, so now I've got my free time back, and I've decided, do you know what, I need to start uploading back onto YouTube again, because I have had quite a long break. It was a long break. And by the way guys, I'm chewing on this chewing gum, which has kind of turned my tongue blue. So if you do notice that my tongue's like this weird colour, it's the gum, okay? Okay, so I've just zoomed you guys in a little bit more closer so you can just kind of see what I'm doing a lot more better. And again, you might see flashes of blue in my mouth because of this gum. But I'm just going to start off with this Huda Beauty Nude palette. And this palette is one of my favourite palettes. I just love all of the neutral colours in there. I love the pastel colours in there, the glitter. So you can kind of wear this palette as an everyday look as well as an evening going out look, which is why it's just one of my favorites. Okay, so I'm just going to start it off, and I'm just going to dip into this shade, where did it go? Play, which is right here, and it's this really light peachy shade which I love in my crease, and even for like a transition colour I love it for blending out other colours. So I've kind of already just applied a little bit, and I'm just going to apply a little bit more. So this one I'm just going to kind of place it just below my brow bone, so just a little bit above my actual crease. So if you guys follow me on Instagram and you watch my Insta stories, some of you may know that I had a Derma Pen session done at Pulse Light Clinic, and it was so good. It was good in a way where like I feel like it really did help my skin, and it was something that my skin actually needed. But it was painful, guys. I'm not gonna lie, it was really painful. Not so much on like my forehead. Well, actually, on my forehead, it literally felt like she was rolling a cactus across my forehead. My nose, my chin, my under eyes, my smile lines, they weren't too bad. I didn't feel like hardly any pain on those areas, but my cheeks, oh my god. But I suppose she did have to go in and kind of turn it up a bit on my cheeks, because that is where all of my problems are. And I had the Derma Pen done, I think it's been 3 weeks, 4 weeks maybe, 3 to 4 weeks ago, and I've definitely felt and seen an improvement in the texture of my skin. Like my scarring and stuff, it's gonna take time. You can't expect like scars. Okay, so skin and hair, it takes time to kind of rejuvenate your skin and your hair. Up to like 4 to 8 weeks, that's when you actually start to see and feel a difference. So I'm not exactly expecting the scarring to disappear overnight. So I do understand that that side of it, it will take a little bit more time to kind of like heal. But overall, like the texture of my skin is a lot more smoother. I still break out, like, yeah, so I'm getting a breakout just right here, and I've got one right in between my eyebrows. But yeah, so I still break out, so it's more of like the hormonal breakouts where right before I'm coming on my period, that is when I do break out, like a week or a week and a half before I actually do come on. So that is like my key time frame of me breaking out. I still get those normal kind of breakouts. It doesn't stop you from breaking out, I don't think. It really kind of just resurfaces and kind of rejuvenates your skin. It's good for like sun damage, wrinkles as well. When she did go along my smile lines, I have felt a difference along my smile lines. I feel like they have kind of, they're less noticeable. So not so much when I do wear makeup, but when I'm not wearing makeup, I feel like they're more prominent and I can see them a lot more. But after having the Derma Pen done, they have kind of slightly, for me I feel, I don't know if any, like I don't think anyone else would actually notice it, but for me I do feel like it has made a slight bit of a difference. Okay, so I'm just going to go in with this shade here called Tickle, and I'm just going to apply that into my crease. So yeah, I am actually looking forward to my next session. I'm dreading it in a way because of the pain, but hey, no pain, no gain. And guys, I'm so sorry for my eyelashes. I do need to get them done again, but I just haven't found the time. And to be honest, I'm not really that fussed when they do fall out. I kind of let them fall out and do their thing, because then I feel like they kind of look like the classic stage. If you get your eyelashes done, then you'll know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I'm not really that fussed. And if I do need to, I kind of just get like... Oh, where did they go? I kind of just get like a few individuals and just stick it where I feel like I need to. And guys, I don't know what happened, but I think 2 months ago or a month ago, like, I was just breaking out like crazy, and I was actually considering going back onto Roaccutane. So when I was younger, I did suffer from really bad acne, and I went on to Roaccutane. That was the best thing I ever did, because that cleared my acne up straight away. It did give me like really dry skin. Like I had cracks in the corners of my mouth because my skin was so dry. My eyes were dry, my nose, like the sides of my nose were dry, like it would crack and bleed as well. But that was only for like a few weeks, but it was so worth it. It was like literally the best thing I ever did. But the concealer and eyelash, whew. But that literally, so that was literally the best thing that I ever did, because after that my skin was so smooth. But because I did have acne for quite a while when I was younger, and I didn't listen to anyone, and of course when I see a spot I just feel like I have to pop it. So by the time the Roaccutane did clear up all of my acne, I was left with scars because my fingers had been busy picking them away. So yeah, so that is what I'm kind of trying to recover now, is actually the acne scarring, and just make my skin a lot more smoother. I just feel like the older I get, the less I want to do, and that I don't really have to make an effort or like do anything. And also after having the Derma Pen done, I feel like my makeup sits on my skin a lot more better, and it kind of lasts a lot more longer as well. I didn't really have any issues about my makeup not lasting that long before, but I just feel like it stays a lot more flawless for a lot more longer. It looks more, how do I put it, like, it looks like it's been freshly applied. Now I'm just going to dip into this shade here called Love Bite, which is the darkest shade. I'm just going to apply that on my outer corners, just using a tapered crease brush. So yeah, so when I did go in for my consultation for the Derma Pen, she did mention that I would need about 6 sessions, which was expected anyway, because it takes time. It does take time to heal scars. The scars are literally the worst to kind of like get rid of. They take forever to even just fade away. So I'm just going to kind of bring this shade a little bit higher up. But I think I've got my other session coming up pretty soon, in about 2 or 3 weeks. and I'm quite excited to actually go again, even though it is really painful, like only on the cheeks though, but it is really painful there. On the cheeks, let me tell you, it feels like somebody scraping sandpaper across your face, like the really hard, gritty kind of sandpaper. And the reason why it's so frustrating, and I find it even more painful, is because you just can't stop them. You have to just let them carry on and do what they gotta do. But yeah, that was the most unpleasant part of the Derma Pen session. Afterwards, my skin was really red. It just looked like I had like a sunburn all over my face, and it literally did look like I was wearing sunglasses. She just went around it, so the skin around my eyes was still quite white, and then all the rest of my face was just red, and it stayed like that for a few hours, but then after a while it just went normal. But I do have to say that straight after, when I did have the session, my skin just felt so tight. It literally felt like somebody was pulling on my skin, and it felt kind of nice, because it felt like my skin was firm and snatched. And ever since then, I do feel like my face has been a lot more firmer than what it used to be, and it has helped. I think that's probably why the texture's gotten a lot more better, so it's kind of like tightened it up. And I don't know, I just can't wait until my next session and see the results. But hopefully I'll be able to keep you guys updated, and yeah, you'll see how I get along with the Derma Pen. So recently I bought 2 different foundations. You guys must know that I love my HudaBeauty foundation. That is my ride or die foundation. But I bought the Tarte Face Shape foundation and the Beauty Blender Bounce foundation. Alright, to me, I feel like the Tarte is good. It's really, really, really good coverage, but it does get kind of cakey. You can kind of cake it up with that one, so you have to be really careful. And the Beauty Blender foundation is really nice. I feel like it looks a lot more natural. It's not that full coverage. I would say it's medium coverage, but you can build it up. I don't think it gets cakey or looks cakey, but for me it kind of gets really, really, really oily. And where I work, I have a lot of lights on my face, so I get oily super, super, super quick when I'm at work. I'm fine if I go anywhere else. Just at work, I get so oily. That foundation really doesn't help. I don't know, it's just something. Like, I just feel like ever since I've tried the Huda foundations, like the other foundations, they don't sit right, or they look too cakey for me. But with my Huda, I've never really had any issues with it transferring or anything like that. I don't think the Tarte or the Beauty Blender foundation transferred, but I'm just saying why I like the Huda one. And also, you guys must have noticed I haven't really been on YouTube recently. I've just been really, really busy at work. It can sometimes take a lot out of me. I work 30 hours and I have 2 children, so I kind of have a lot of responsibilities, let's just say, and things that I have to make sure that have to be done on time. So yeah, I just felt like my priorities were kind of needed elsewhere at the time. And then there was the Easter break and everything, so I just thought, you know what, just after the Easter, that's when I'm going to concentrate more on doing more videos. So yeah, hopefully I should be uploading a lot more now. So I'm actually just going to switch it up and use the Huda Beauty Amethyst palette. I love this shade. I love this palette. This palette has every single shade of purple that I love. And these palettes, they come in different types of colours as well. And I just think they are so handy for like creating so many different types of looks. You can do like a, you know, even like a day to a nighttime kind of look with just one of these palettes. The only thing I would say is they don't really have like a black, so you can't really I don't know, like you can't really intensify it up as much as maybe you would want to. But apart from that, the colours are stunning. I mean, they do have like a really dark, deep shade. I think maybe they do in all of the palettes, but it's not a black. It'll just be the same colour as the actual palette. But yeah, I'm just going to go in with this shade right here. These shades don't actually have names for these palettes. Yeah, no, they don't. I'm going to go in with this purple right here, and I'm just going to apply that on my outer and inner corner. So yeah, I've been like super busy, but while I've been busy and taking a break from YouTube, I've kind of like purchased quite a few things which I haven't actually put up or anything like that. So, and I've kind of forgotten about it as well, so I'm trying to remember like what have I actually bought, because I need to actually put all of that into different videos and actually use it, because otherwise I'm just going to end up forgetting and I'll never end up using or anything. So that's how busy I can actually get, that I just forget what I've actually bought. So yeah, so with the Tarte and the Beauty Blender foundation, I feel like I prefer the Beauty Blender foundation more over the Tarte. I feel like the Tarte one's a bit too heavy and it gets cakey so quickly, but at the time when I was purchasing it, they didn't actually have my shade, so I ended up getting a shade lighter. It's okay, but I just feel like I would be more comfortable wearing my exact shade. But saying that, my hands are actually so much more darker than my face and my neck and like the rest of my body. It's like it goes dark from here and then it goes gradually lighter, 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 lighter. I don't know. So another thing I've actually really been loving as well, two things actually. It's the Farsali primer, it's the Skin Tune one, and the Liquid Glass primer. Oh my god, I actually wear those two together and it's amazing. I love the Liquid Glass one, and I've actually used it to prime my face today alongside with the Skin Tune Blur primer. It's so good. So I'm not actually wearing any highlighter today. If you follow me on my Instagram, you probably know that I've kind of stopped wearing highlighter. I just feel like because my skin is oily already, sorry, my voice is just going. So because I feel like my skin is oily already, if I wear highlighter throughout the day, especially when I'm at work, like I mentioned, I have a lot of lights. I have a lot of lights. So yeah, my skin gets oily as it is at work, especially I do not wear highlighter to work. I've stopped. But yeah, so because of the lights, my skin gets so much more oilier. There's no point wearing any highlighter on my face. It just makes it look 10 times worse. And then it just literally looks like I've got oil all over my face. I don't know why I even wore highlighter to work, but yeah, I've actually stopped that. But with the Liquid Glass, it gives a highlighted effect as well, and I feel like the skin looks so much smoother as well. So normally I'll just apply the Liquid Glass on the high points of my cheeks, but today I've actually applied it everywhere. It is actually stunning. I really like it, and it gives that tacky feel, and you know your makeup's going to stay, it's not going to move around or anything like that. I really love those two Farsali products. Are amazing, even though they're pricey. But also the annoying thing, they don't do it in Cult Beauty. Like the Liquid Glass one, the Skin Tune, they do, but the Liquid Glass, no. I had to get it from the actual website, which was kind of annoying. But I would just prefer like everything to come out in one go, like, and it's everywhere, available everywhere. But yeah, I haven't stopped using those two products since I've got it. And with the Skin Tune Blur primer, I've actually just purchased my second bottle, which shows how much I love it, because that is quite pricey, but I am actually like willing to pay that money for what it actually does. The best primer I've actually come across so far. I could even literally just wear that primer by itself, like no other primers. And even on my other YouTube video, the one where I did my foundation routine, you will see that I used two primers there. I've completely stopped. I literally just use the Fasali primer now. So if you guys would like me to do like an updated kind of foundation routine, let me know. I am actually thinking of doing that because I feel like I've changed quite a few things in my routine. Yeah, I'm really happy with the Fasali primers. Like if I was to say to get one, I would say get the Skin Tune Blur one. But the liquid glass one is really nice as well. It gives a really nice healthy glow to your skin. So it makes it really hard to choose which one, but they're both amazing and worth the money. But I really wish that Cult Beauty would actually stock the liquid glass and also the Fasali primer as well. Not the primer, sorry, the setting spray. Because that's another one that they don't actually stock in the UK. But I did manage to get a different setting spray. So I purchased the Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Set, I believe it's called. Yeah, the Glow Set. That one's really nice. But when I first opened the box and I pulled out the bottle, I thought it was just filled with glitter. But then I came to realise that it's just the packaging. So the packaging is just covered with glitter and it actually makes it look like that the actual spray is just filled with glitter, but it's not. I've actually checked and the actual mist doesn't contain any glitter whatsoever. But it still gives a really nice glow to your skin. It kind of reminds me, or the packaging reminds me of the MAC Fix Plus. It's exactly the same. Like the shape, it's just different colour, but like the way you can lock it as well, it just really reminds me of the MAC Fix Plus. I'm not really a big fan of the actual packaging, to be honest, but it's okay. It just reminds me of the MAC one. I thought they would have made something a little bit different, but it's okay. It's not really the packaging that I'm after anyway, it's just what's inside. Okay, so now I'm just going to go in with this deepest, darkest purple shade right here, and I'm just going to apply that on my outer corners. I also feel like I've kind of been neglecting my YouTube because I've really been into my Instagram videos recently and just finding new ways to like edit and just, I don't know, I have so much fun editing. And I feel like on YouTube, where I have to talk a lot more, the editing can be a little bit boring, and I don't really find it so much fun editing my YouTube videos as I do with my Instagram. So it's possibly why I've taken so long to even post another YouTube video. But yeah, I just need to get I just need to get into the routine of it, I guess. So hopefully I will be able to improve on that one. But overall, I do actually love editing. I've never actually edited. So, alright, so basically I literally started editing last year, well, when I started my whole Instagram thing, which was I think in October, November. But up until then, I've never really edited a video in my life. I got my MacBook Pro in December, January, I think. Yeah, I think December or January time is when I got my MacBook Pro. And that is the first time I've actually ever used a Mac and edited on a Mac. It's so much fun. I just feel like, why didn't I have this before? Like, I could have been doing this for such a long time. So before that, I used to use my iPhone, and because that was like the only option I had. I really wanted to get Final Cut Pro at the time, so I didn't want to use any other laptop. I didn't want to use any other editing software or anything like that. I wanted to use Final Cut Pro and I wanted to edit on a Mac. So I ended up getting that, and then ever since then I just feel like, do you know what, this is what I've been waiting for. Like the editing side of it, it's so much more better than on my phone. Like iMovie is okay, but it's very basic and there's not that much you can actually do on iMovie. The only thing I would say is that when I was editing on my iPhone, it was a lot more quicker. I could do it like on the go. I could even edit when I was at work or on the train or, you know, just wherever. But I don't really like to take my MacBook anywhere out with me, just in case I know I'm probably going to leave it on the train somewhere or something stupid like that, because I am stupid like that. But yeah, that's the only downside of it, I think, is that I can't really edit when I'm at work, because I feel like I got a lot done when I was able to edit on my phone, because I could edit on the go. So I ended up editing a lot more quicker, but you do get more of like a better result editing on the MacBook, and you get more options as well for editing, so it doesn't really look like the same thing again and again. Okay, so I'm just gonna go in with this light purple shade, and I'm just gonna apply that in my lower lash line, and I'm just gonna connect that to the top. I'm just gonna dip into the middle shade of the palette to tap off any excess, and voila. Oh my god. So you just want to apply this just in the middle. For this look, you don't have to wear eyeliner. You can if you want to, but I don't think I'm going to for this look, because a lot of halo eyes don't really have any eyeliner. I'm just going to use this bottom shade in the middle, and I'm just going to lightly, hopefully lightly, just put that right in the middle. I just want the lightest shade to be right in the middle, so when it hits the light it kind of gives like a 3D effect. I'm just going to slightly put that a teeny bit in the middle part of the crease. I'm going to go back in with the dense brush that I applied the dark shadows with, but I haven't applied any shadow on there, and I'm just going to go over the edges again just to kind of intensify the darker colours, because I don't want to lose that colour. And I'm just applying the darker shade just to the outer bottom part of my lash line, because I just want the outer part to be darker. And oh my god, I almost forgot. So with the Beauty Blender foundation, I got it with the Beauty Blender setting spray. What is that spray about? Please tell me. I don't understand that spray. It's so fine, I can't even feel it landing on my face. But actually I think that's the other thing that was making my skin really oily. But it's so fine, you can't even feel it landing on your face. And then I feel like, because I can't feel it, I feel like I'm spraying a lot more, so I'm wasting a lot of it, and it does go so quick, and it's quite pricey. I can't remember, I think it's 27. I think it's £27, but I think it's quite pricey, and it goes super quick because you can't feel it landing on your face, so you feel like you have to keep on spraying until you feel like, yes, I have setting spray on my face. I like to be able to feel like where it's kind of landed, just so that I know I'm not going to overload with the spray. But with the Beauty Blender one, I feel like you can overload because you can't feel whether it's hit your face or not. Like, honestly, it's so fine, which can be a good thing, but in this case it's a bad thing because it makes it finish so quick. Okay, so I am going to go back to my nude palette because I need an inner corner highlight and a brow bone highlight, and I feel like the colours in the Amethyst palette are a little bit too dark for that. So I'm actually going to go in with the shade Crave, which is this gold champagne-y colour. I'm just going to pop that in my inner corner and my brow bone. So yeah, I feel like I was quite disappointed with the Beauty Blender setting spray. I feel like my Morphe one does a better job than that, and it's only £15, so way less, and it lasts a lot longer as well. In the beginning it was actually okay, the Beauty Blender setting spray, but as time went on, I think that's when I actually noticed that, hold on, oh gosh, I kind of went everywhere. That's when I kind of noticed that the bad points to it. So I think it would have been okay if it didn't finish as quick, but because it does go so quick, that's why I'm not too fussed about purchasing that one again. I do want to try the Versace setting spray, but I'm actually going to wait until that comes out on Cult Beauty. I don't really want to pay for taxes and the shipping, so That one I can actually wait for. I'm not too fussed. And plus I've got the Anastasia setting spray as well to go through. And I'm quite happy with that one at the moment. So I'm not too fussed about the setting spray situation. So I've just grabbed the MAC Smolder eye pencil. Just use any black eye pencil you prefer. Just going to apply that all in my waterline. And on the outer corner, I'm just going to bring it down a little bit. So I'm just going to smudge that out in a bit. And then just grab a small shader brush and I'm just going to smudge all of that out. But just on the outer corner. Okay, so I think that is it for the actual eye look. I'm not going to wear any like mascara or anything because I know my eyelashes are falling apart. There's hardly anything there, but I'm just really not going to go there. I'm not actually going to line my lips. I'm just going to go straight in with the lipstick, and I'm using Huda Beauty PowerBullet in the shade Interview. If you guys haven't tried this, like, you have to get these lipsticks. The formula on these are insane. They are almost like a liquid lipstick, but so much more comfortable to wear. You don't get that crumbly flakiness either. The formula on these are just so great. Like, I love the formula on these. So I'm going to use the shade Interview, and I'm not going to lip line or anything. I'm just going to go ahead and just apply that straight. It's so creamy, guys. And I feel like I don't even have to like put any effort in on applying the actual lipstick. I can just swipe it on and it's just good to go. And I don't even feel like I need any lip liner with these either. Sometimes I like to smudge it around the edges to kind of give that natural look, which these are great for because they are matte and they are long lasting, which is really helpful. I do feel like after eating and drinking you may need to reapply. Okay guys, so that was it for this eye makeup look tutorial, whatever you want to call it. Please comment, like and subscribe to my channel if you don't already follow me on my Instagram. Follow me there as well. So yeah guys, I hope you enjoyed that chatty eyeshadow tutorial. Let me know if you would like me to do more chatty kind of tutorials, and hopefully I'll catch you on my next video. Bye guys.